In this video, I will show you different ways to do a chain. So to do a chain with modifiers, and we will start some typical modeling with modifiers, I will just go into object mode, select all my objects here with A and remove my objects like that. I will go into orthographic mode to see a little more what I have here, and I will just add here, let's say, a torus. The torus will be the basic shape of the first link of the chain. Okay, so here what we have in the torus option, I will choose something very low poly like 24, even maybe 20 will be enough, or 16. Yeah, let's say 16 will be okay. And I will go into the minor segments as well, and I will put 8 to have something really low poly like this. Good. So now let's go in edit mode and let's just create very quick the shape of the first link like so. What we would like is to remove these two here edge loops, and to do that very easy. You select the edge loop and right click and X, sorry, and you will remove the edge loop, and it will be the same from here, and just with X you can remove the edge loop. Okay, good. Now into edit mode, I will go into wireframe here, deselect everything, go into top view to be sure to see what I do well. Yeah, it has to be on the x-axis, so I will just select everything and make a rotation 90 degrees, and just select these vertices with B here. Okay, with B here, and with G X like this, and I will have my first link. Good. So now I have the possibility to have a first modifier. This modifier will be a subdivision surface, and I will have my first link here. Good. So let's continue and go ahead a little. So with this first link, we could, for example, go into edit mode and select everything and make a shift D X and RX 90 degrees, and we will have the beginning of the chain like that. Okay, so not complex. And what I can do after, just in edit mode without any modifiers, shift D X and then shift R, shift R, shift R, shift R, I will have my first chain like this. First system will be this. So simple, everything in edit mode. But me, I would like to manage this with more modifiers and with less destructive tasks like that. So I will just go before with Ctrl Z. I will have my first possibility of duplication with these two links that I did create there. And I will add a modifier array. And this modifier array, I will manage it here. So I will hide here my subdivision surface, and I will just here can hide, can tell, okay, it will be the first one. The array will be the first here, and I will manage here my relative offset into the x-axis like this, and like this I will have the possibility just to do the count that I want, just like that, and I will have my chain. Maybe just a little shade smooth on the object, and I will have my chain very easily, and I can manage here my chain with the count that I want. Okay, it's a second system, so you have already a duplication with two like that, and you manage everything just with a simple angle and the simple axis here with the relative offset and a number. So this is the first possibility to use the array. But let's say I would like to have the possibility to have only one link to duplicate, and it's possible, but now you can see that if I have only one link and I remove the vertices here, I can just duplicate my links, but I cannot rotate them with the options that I have here by default with the axis. So what I will do, I will just use an object to do that, and I will just add an empty, and this empty will be a sphere. Okay, and maybe we can increase a little the radius of the empty to can catch it a little more easily. And now what I will do, I will go into my modifiers and I will use the object offset. So I will remove the relative offset and enable the object offset. And I will just select here my empty. Now it will be my empty that control the duplication of the array. So if I just make a gx like that with my empty, I can just say it will go until there. Good. But now if I make a rotation into the x-axis on my empty, it will just create shape like that, exactly what I want. Okay, and if I control it and make rx 90 degrees, I will just have exactly what I want for the chain. But I can just make a rx and make kind of more complex shape like this, and it will be a more interesting, let's say, shape for the duplication. Okay, so more interesting, and like that I can just go here in my original array there, and I can manage here the count like this, and it will continue the chain whatever I do. So interesting feature with the with here the possibility to use an object as a controller for the chain. And like this, whatever changes that I will do, if I want, for example, to make these edges sharper, I will add here sharper edges, let's say, like this in the corners, just with Control R, and all my all the links will be duplicated like that. So it will be very easy to add some modifications, or for example, if you add here a loop here and a loop there and make an extrusion and an Alt S, so you will have this shape during all the duplication. So very powerful system. And what we can do too is to make the link follow a curve, like the chain follow a curve. Like for example, if you would like to put this chain around something, or yeah, manage the global shape of the chain differently, you can. And with this we will just hide the chain for now, so we will call it chain, and the empty will be the controller. Okay, and we will hide these two objects for now. We will just add here a curve, and this curve will be a basic curve. So I will go into edit mode and scale it up to have a big curve like this, and I will take just with left click here, I will select here the handle and just extrude it a few times just to have a kind of basic shape like that. So you can move it up and down too with GZ to have kind of interesting shape to show. Good. So let's say we are happy with that shape, and now we would like to put the chain here. So we come back with the chain there, and we just put the maybe we will just scale everything. So to scale it, you have to take the 2 here and scale with the 2 activated, because if you scale only here the object without the controller, it will make crazy stuff like this. Okay, so just select the 2 if you want to scale the global size of your chain here, and here you come back into the modifier. So we have a modifier array and a subdivision surface, and we would like to add a modifier curve, and this modifier curve here will be just before the subdivision surface. Okay, subdivision surface will be in the end for that one. So now we just have to select the right curve, this one, and it will follow the curve, and that's it. And now you will have your chain that will follow the curve here. And if you manage it into the array, you can just manage it well with the count like that. And what is good with this system is that it interacts between the 2 objects directly in live. So if I take here, if I take back my basic curve and manage only this this place here, you can see that my chain will follow, and it will be a kind of interactive here possibilities that we will make just like that, okay? Or if I extrude back here this part, I will can make follow my chain just by moving here the manipulations handles. So yeah, a very powerful system. Now we have a nice chain that follows the curve. So try to rename everything. So here, if you say this one will be the path, for example, okay, and what you can do with it now is to create another object that will take everything, like for example an empty that you put in the middle, and that will be the chain master. Like for example, in, let's say this one, for the master we'll choose a cube, okay, and for this cube here I will just call it chain master, and I will select all my objects here and make a Ctrl P to parent them into this object, okay? So now if I take this object, I can move my entire chain without any deformation or whatever. So it's a chain master, and inside you have here the chain, the controller, and the path. So what is good in this system is that in the end you have only this to manage and to duplicate here along the curve. So it's a very powerful system. So we'll just go with that. I will just go into a viewport at 1. It's enough for what we have, and to make something with not too much vertices, and I will save this for you. So this is the first typical modeling with modifiers, the chain. So we have here an array, we have a curve, and we have a subdivision surface. Into the next video, we will have a look on how to do a sofa.